Get it, bro. Get it, bro. Get that shit.
Go.
I had a good time.
There you go. Please give it up for the man of the evening, Derek Gladson.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah! I haven't seen Chehalis this excited since Speedo Man was still running around. That's something really specific to growing up here, right? How was your childhood? Mostly naked man ran through my neighborhood every day. It was cool. He was a local hero. He even had a cape. It was just really small and barely covering his nutsack. It's good to be here, everybody. So, May 23rd, I just celebrated 12 years clean from heroin. Woo! Thank you. Now if I can get clean off of Reese's peanut butter cups, woo, for some reason that's harder. You don't gotta wait for a drug dealer that's 6 hours too late. Just drive yourself to the gas station and get 17 of them shits. I might be the first guy that overdoses on Reese's peanut butter cups. They'll hit me with the Narcan and be like, he's still unresponsive. Is that chocolate on his face? Oh shit. So I've gained 100 pounds since I got clean off of heroin. And getting clean off of heroin is the only thing that you can gain 100 pounds doing, and people will still be like, you're doing a good job, buddy. If you gain 100 pounds doing literally anything else, they're like, what is wrong with you? Get your life together. But when I do it, they're like, he's an inspiration. I'm a lot bigger now, and I've found I have this thing that I can get into a bathroom stall, but for some reason I'm too fat to get back out. It doesn't make any sense. I walk in there, it's like I walked into one of those humane mouse traps. I look down, I see the peanut butter cracker, and I'm like, shit, they got me. They got me again. I'm just banging on the wall. Will somebody please take me outside and release me? So I don't know how guys are out here cheating on their girlfriends and doing stuff behind their backs, because I can't even cheat on my diet without my girl finding out. I can't do it. The other day I was going to Subway and I was going to get one of their low-fat options, and I go in there, there's a family of 6, each one getting a foot long. I'm a patient guy, I'll wait my turn. But they're doing just the most annoying shit you could possibly do at Subway. Taking 3 hours to decide each ingredient. Double toasting every sandwich. Yeah, the worst. And then the dad starts telling the young guy behind the counter to unwrap sandwiches that were already finished to add jalapenos on them because he forgot. I was like, I lost it. I was like, fuck this diet. I left that Subway, I went across the street to Wendy's, and I got me a Baconator like a goddamn American. And a chicken sandwich. And a large fry. And a strawberry lemonade. Woo! And you know I got that Frosty, baby. Just ate it all in my car. Oh, yeah. So, cheating on your diet always feels so good until you finish eating. Then the guilt and the shame starts creeping back inside of you. My fiance is texting me stuff and she's making me feel worse. She's like, was it the same girl working as last time? I'm like, no, it wasn't. Hoping that she will not ask any more questions. Because if she does, I'm busted. I neglected to tell her about the affair I just had with Wendy in my car. So she asked no more further questions, and I made it out. So I thought. The next day I go to pick her up, and what I didn't know was one single French fry had rolled its way out of the bag and now gently rests upon the seat for her to find. When she found it, she reacted like how a girl would if she found another girl's hair tie in your car. What the fuck is this? You want to explain that to me? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I didn't know Subway sells French fries now. You want to explain that one to me? I'm like, baby, I swear to God, Wendy doesn't mean a thing to me. It was just a fling. It's not going to happen again. I promise. She forgave me. My fiance is great. I'm glad that I met her before I had to go onto some Netflix dating show, because there's a lot of those these days. I stumbled onto one the other day called Love is Blind. Has anybody seen that one? I thought it was a dating show for blind people. The logic checks out. They have Love on the Spectrum, which is a dating show for the autistic. They have Down for Love, which is a dating show for Down syndrome people. Yeah, but why wouldn't it be a dating show about blind people? I mean, the logic checks out. I want to see my version. I think it would be way more entertaining. You take the contestants, you line them up on opposite sides of the room. They got to try to find each other, like... The first one that they bump into, they got to go on a date. And then it wouldn't be a reality TV show without physical challenges, like crossing the street. You made it across, buddy, you get a second date. Good job. The big reveal at the end of the episode is just them touching each other's face, like, you were fat this whole time? Ah! So I have long hair. It's not a fashion statement. I just really hate haircuts. And the reason for that is my parents used to shave my head as a form of punishment. Hold on, you haven't heard what I did yet. You're about to be on their team. So in the 5th grade, I was on the school bus, and I took a giant rubber band out of my backpack, and I stretched it between 2 seats so I could shoot AA batteries at my bus driver. Yeah. I was making makeshift weaponry for the purpose of warfare. I was a terrorist. I was a little 5th grade terrorist. So you remember those cameras on the school bus, the ones that you and your friends swore were never on? Turns out, they were on. And the people watching those videos are not a big fan of shooting high-velocity AA batteries at a school bus driver. So I got called into the principal's office, and my parents were already in there. That's how you know you fucked up. Also, they had one of those TVs. You know which ones I'm talking about. The big old heavy ones you gotta wheel into a classroom when your teacher's hungover and doesn't want to do their job. Like, here you little shits, watch some Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill, 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 Bill. So they pop a tape into that bad boy, and there I was, making the sickest bus catapult you've ever seen in your life. I think that they wanted me to feel bad that I was caught, but it had the opposite effect. I'm like, this is awesome. It was like watching my very own ESPN highlight reel. Just slow motion batteries flying through the air. Like, can I get a copy of this? I want to watch this later. He's like, enough, okay? We called you in here because your son is kicked off the school bus. My mom's like, for how long? He's like, this little shit? We're not letting him near a school bus ever again. Not even the short ones. So they kicked me off the school bus system permanently. They had to have me change schools just so I could ride a school bus again. So after no other punishments working, they just hit me with the old Shaved all my hair off. It's hard enough being the fat kid in 5th grade, let alone the fat kid that looks like he has male pattern baldness. It's not a good look. I was out on recess looking like Jada Pinkett Smith. Is Will out there? Okay, I'm safe to continue. So, I got bullied for that. I got bullied for other stuff growing up too. My friends used to bully me because I just really loved the Backstreet Boys. They would constantly call me gay, so much so that I started to believe it. I was like, I guess I'm gay because I fucking love the Backstreet Boys. I went to some high school parties, I made out with a couple dudes, and I quickly found that this isn't for me. I was sad though, I was disappointed. I was like, does this mean that I have to quit listening to the Backstreet Boys? Because I may be straight, but I'd sooner suck a dick before I quit listening to the Backstreet Boys. Yeah! You are the one I believe. Tell me why I shouldn't suck some dick to keep listening to the Backstreet Boys. You don't got a good reason. You don't got no good reason for that. Have you ever listened to Larger Than Life? It's the most pumped up you'll ever be. Bow, 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 now, bow, now, bow, now. I don't even got a punchline for this. I just fucking love that song. Yeah. Yeah. So on to other things and other fads that probably should have stayed in the 90s. I went to a wedding recently, and they did the thing where they leave out disposable cameras on the table for you to take pictures. Why are we still doing this in 2024? Were they like, I want the most important day of my life to look at it like it was photographed on a Motorola Razr? Just every single picture looking like every UFO or Bigfoot picture ever taken. Just blurry as shit, you can't tell what's going on. You're like, the bride looks beautiful in that. Oh wait, is that the cake? Oh shit, that's the cake, fuck. I used to work in the Walmart photo lab, and I can tell you from experience that 90% of these pictures are just dudes holding their balls in different ways. Stretching it out like the bat wings, pushing it through like a goat. If you want some pictures of male genitalia, put some disposable cameras out at your wedding. You'll get them. You'll get them. All right, so I'll leave you guys with this. So, has anyone ever had a bad mushroom trip? Yeah, I had a real bad one time, and this is that story. So, it's great that my parents are here because they are heavily involved in this story. And they have yet to hear me do this one live, so we'll see how it goes. So back in the day, you couldn't just go to a weed store to get weed. You had to go to some drug dealer's house. He smelled bad. It was awful. So I got there. He was completely out of weed, but he's like, I got these mushrooms. I was like, all right, cool. So I was with my buddy Alex, who I always did mushrooms with. The best. He's awesome. Then I was with my other buddy JD, who I had never done mushrooms with, and, you know, he was all right. So we go back to my house. We start eating all these mushrooms. And right as I eat my mushrooms, Alex gets a call. And he's like, it's an emergency. My dad has to go to the hospital. So he just left me with this other guy. I had just ate all my mushrooms, and then my stomach started gurgling. And I realized that I hadn't eaten anything that day. And the only thing that was in there to eat was a bunch of oranges and orange juice, which intensifies the effect. So I started eating all the oranges and drinking all the orange juice. Bad idea in retrospect. My mushroom trip starts coming on hard. I start to panic. I start to feel like my depth perception's all off, that my ceiling's gonna come down and squish me. I'm having all these fucked up thoughts. JD can see that I'm freaking out. And he'd never even taken mushrooms before. And now he's trying to take care of me. So he gives me my guitar. And I start playing a couple things, and it's working. I'm calming down, feels nice. Till I hit one wrong note and completely fucking lose it. I'm like, ah! I take off running. I run outside onto the porch. The trees are out there. They're trying to reach their arms around me. I was like, fuck you, trees! I ran down the stairs. I have no shoes on, no socks. I run down the stairs, through the gravel, into my parents' house where it is the middle of the night. And I burst into my parents' room and I say, Mom and Dad, I ate a bunch of mushrooms and I don't feel good right now. They're sleeping. They wake up. My dad's like, you fucking dumbass. He's laughing. My mom's trying to comfort me. She's like, oh, sweetie, how many did you eat? She's asking me all these questions. As she does, my dad gets up and starts flicking the light switch on and off. Woo! I'm like, no! Fuck! And my mom's like, Lloyd, knock it off. He's like, fine, I'm gonna go play World of Warcraft. So he walks out of the room. My mom's trying to calm me down. She's trying to do anything. She's like, you wanna watch TV? We turn the TV on. Bad idea. Did not like the TV. Turn the TV off. So we walk out, and I have identical twin sisters. And their rooms are at opposite sides of the halls. They open their door at the same time and stick their twin heads out and at the same time go, what's wrong with Derek? No! She's like, girls, go back into your rooms. This is not a good time right now. So they go in. I'm trying to calm down even more. And my mom's doing her best. She's trying to calm me down. She's like, what do you know? I was like, I don't know, just play some music. She's like, what kind of music? I don't know. Play some of your shitty music. I need soft rock right now. So she puts on some Mix 96.1. I start vibing. I'm vibing out. And at this point, I've left JD all alone in my room upstairs for his first time taking mushrooms. So he wanders into my house just frying balls like, oh. My dad's like, who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? So I'm on the couch trying to fucking calm down, and then Alex shows back up. I'm like, hell yeah, Alex is here. So they start smoking weed in the kitchen, and I walk into the kitchen, I'm like, I want to smoke some weed. And my dad's like, Derek, you don't need weed. And I say, why? And he puts his fingers on my pulse. He's like, you don't need weed because, Derek, you're dead. I can't feel a pulse. And I'm like, ah! Take off running, turn the soft rock up, get on the couch. I'm in the fetal position and my mom's rubbing my back. And she's trying to make me feel better. And she's like, Derek, why don't you try praying? Not a good idea. I was like, I'll try it. I close my eyes and I just, in my mind, I'm flying through the clouds, bursting through each cloud. I get to the top and I see God, but he's like Canadian. He's got like one of those Canadian South Park mouths where he's like, Derek, why did you eat all the mushrooms? I'm like, ah! I open my eyes, I'm like, Mom, bad idea, praying did not work. All right, guys, that's my time for the night. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna stick around doing this comedy shit. I wanted to show everyone that this just isn't beginner's luck, and I'm here to stay. Thanks for coming out.